Hi everybody, welcome back to my live. We are on Jubilees. I think this is like in the middle. No, well we're getting close to the middle of the chapter. We're getting close. Uh, I think I should do like a back-to-back live. I think I should just go live back to back because I'm really in a great mood. This lighting is heavenly. I think this is gonna be like my office, like things of that nature. So let's get into it. Let's scrolling down and not waste time. Let's see. You're gonna see me do something really stupid because I literally forgot my hair cover. Okay, so let's go back. Let's see how I'm looking. Well, you don't see my you. That means you won't see my tatas. So let's. Well, I'm not being completely stupid, so I think I know how to do this. So let's cover head with this. Maybe okay. You know what? Maybe you probably won't see my tatas. So basically, go put it like this. Okay, now chapter 20. It says, in the 42nd Jubilee, in the first year of the 7th week, Abraham called Ishmael and his 12 sons. Huh? He had 12 sons? And Isaac and his 2 sons. Oh, Ishmael had 12 sons. Gotcha. And the 6 sons of Katana and their sons. And he commanded them that they should observe the ways of the Lord, and they shall work righteousness and love each other, each his neighbor, and acts on this act men amongst all men. Should we love everybody? Yes, we should. It says that they should eat so walk with regards to them as to do judgment and righteousness on the earth, that they should circumcise their sons. So the Gentiles are circumcised now? That they should circumcise their sons according to the covenant which he has made with them. Maybe that's just Abraham, like Isaac's generation. Like, yeah. And not defy to the right hand or to the left of all the peoples which the Lord has commanded us, that we should keep ourselves from all fornication and uncleanness, and renounce from among us all the fornication and uncleanness. Now listen to this, like this is a shocker. It said, if any woman or maiden commits fornication among you, burn her with fire, and let them not commit fornication with her after their eyes and their heart. So this is probably where Christ is talking about. So maybe I will be cross-referencing that. I like how I can just go by books. I think it's Matthew. I know it's not 5. Is it chapter 7? It's 6. It's 6. Because I love how you know Bible scripture like that. Matthew chapter 6. This is pray. Oh. Okay. Pray. Well, guess what in chapter 6? It was 7. Right. Well, we're in chapter 7. Oh, it was chapter 5. So it says, but okay, now you know I'm gonna start at 27 because that's the context. Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, thou shalt not commit adultery. But I say unto you that whosoever looks on a woman to lust after her has committed adultery with her already in his heart. Maybe we are going to cross reference, but I have a feeling I still think this live is going to be short. Let's see. Why do I look like I got long hair? Like seriously. Um. I want something to pop up. It says video caption. Okay. I guess should we add something? Media source, text, cancel. Media source. How about browse? What's this? Is it what this is? You add a browse source. Oh, there's okay. I want to dump it. So remove. Okay, well, whatever. I don't know where I was at. Burn her with fire. Um, okay, burn her with fire. La, 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 la. And let not commit fornication. Okay, and let them not take wives to themselves from the daughters of Canaan, for the seeds of Canaan will be rooted out of the land. As he told them of the judgment of the giants and the judgment of the Sodomites, how they have been judged on account of their wickedness, and have died on account of their fornication and uncleanness and nutrient corruption through fornication. And guard yourself from all fornication and uncleanness, and all and from all pollution of sin. Lest ye make your name a curse and your whole life a hissing. All your sons to be destroyed by the sword, and ye become a curse like Sodom, and all your raiments as the sons of Gomorrah. I implore you, my sons, love God of heaven, and cleave ye to all his commandments, and walk not after their idols and after their uncleanness, and make not for yourself molten or graven gods, for they are vanity, and there is no spirit in them. For they are works of man's hands, and all who trust in them trust in nothing. Serve them not, nor worship them, but serve ye the Most High God, and worship him continually, and hope for his accounting always, and work uprightness and righteousness before him, that he may have pleasure in you and grant you his mercy, and send rain upon you for and bless all your work which ye have wrought upon the earth, and bless thy bread and thy water. Bless the fruit of thy womb, that's your child, and the fruit of thy land. Like the fruit of your womb is children, and the herb of thy cattle, and the flock of thy sheep. Ye will be for a blessing on the earth, and all nations of the earth will desire you. Well, to be honest, like black people, we are desired. Now we are. But still kind of cursed. And bless your sons in my name, that they may be blessed as I am. And he gave to Ishmael and to his sons, and to the sons of Keturah gifts, and sent them away from Isaac his son. He gave everything to Isaac his son. And Ishmael and his sons, and the sons of Keturah and their sons went together and dwelled from Haran to entering in of Babylon, in all the land which is towards the east facing the desert. And these mingled with each other, and their name was called Arabs and Ishmaelites. 21. Yeah, this is definitely going to be short. And in the 6th year of the 7th week of this Jubilee, Abraham called Isaac his son, and commanded him, saying, I am become old, and know not the day of my death, and am full of my days. And behold, I am 175 years old, and throughout All the days of my life I have remembered the Lord and sought with all my heart to do his will and walk uprightly in all his ways. My soul has hated idols, and I have despised those that serve them, and have given my heart and spirit that I might observe to do the will of him who created me. For he is the living God, and he is holy and faithful. He is righteous beyond all. There is with him no accepting a man's person and no accepting a gift. For God is righteous and to execute judgment on all those who transgress his commands and despise his covenant. And do thou, my son, observe my commandments and ordinances and his judgment. Walk not after the abominations and after the graven image and after the molten image. And eat no blood at all of animal or cattle or any bird which flies in the heaven. If thou doest slay a victim as an acceptable priest offering, slay ye it, and pour out its blood upon the altar, and all the fat of the offering offer on the iron with fine flour, and the meat offering mingled with it. Now, you know what? Let's do like a quick Bible study of meat offering, because this probably like meat. When you see meat offering, it's like some people would think like how can I say this? Dang, meat off, like meat offering be like meat, like beef, chicken, things like that. But let's go do a deep dive of what meat offering really is. And yeah, we gonna go to Leviticus chapter 2, because Leviticus chapter 1 is the burnt offering. Apparently I looked up there. So like you see it's literally called grain offering. Grain offering. Everything grain. And don't you know how like when what's his name? Cain was the tiller of the ground. He brought fruits, and he should have brought a grain offering. And now, if you listen to the context, it says his offering shall be fine flour. Now let's see what. Yeah, and it still says it in the King James. And I'm gonna be honest, like bread is like it's meat. It's called meat. Okay, so let's see. Should we go to the Hebrew or should we go to the lexicon? Which one? Normally I'll go to the Hebrew. Normally. Maybe we go to both, but I don't know. So yeah. Where's that grain? It has grain right here. 4503 right here, and it says grain. I forgot something to drink. I was thinking about bringing something to drink. Did I click on the right one? Because it's coming up as for like offering and like gifts and like things of that nature. There we go. Look at 4. Look at all of these grain offerings, whether raw, roasted, ground to flour, or prepared as bread or cakes. It says AV meat offering misleading. Is like misleading. Fine flour right here. Yeah. It says at Pentecost to consecrate new bread. Grain offering of 2 loaves of leavened bread, that's bread with yeast. Now this is barley meals without oil of incense. One day I like how to properly I have a total outlook on the Sabbath now. People say what? Yeah, I have like meat offering mingled with oil, with its drink offering. What is drink offering now? I'd rather show you than tell you. Okay, I don't know where the drink offering is at. I really don't. I don't know, but I can Google it. But let's try it. Let's go. I know it's in Leviticus. Leviticus chapter. Let's go to 2. This is the meat offering. Okay, meat offering. So chapter 1 was the burnt offering. 2 is the grain offering. This is the peace offering. Okay, so I'm just gonna spoil you for you guys. So a drink offering is wine. I don't know about the grape juice. Maybe grape juice, but yeah. Probably like phrases or something. Oh, keyword. Drink. Oh, okay, so. It says wine. It says in the fourth part of his hand for a drink offering. So yeah, might as well. Let's keep it. We're gonna keep that up. So we have like a meal. Like wait. Well, not a meal. So we got bread. So we got So we got bread and wine. What does that remind of? Passover. And then we got what you call it? Oh, and then also the meat, the burnt offering, and all together on the altar of burnt offering. It's a sweet smell. It's like a meal, like you making God a meal. Tell you, he eats it. That's probably why he's so good. And you gotta eat, and you gotta keep working out so you don't. Like, he said, "You put your looks good." It says them all together on the altar of burnt offerings, a sweet savor before the Lord. It says, and thou wilt offer the fat of the sacrifice of thanks offering. What? Thanks offering? What? I never heard of no thanks offering before. What's a thanks offering? Is the thanks offering is the same thing as peace offering? Okay, I see thanks offering right here. It says in thank offering. What is a thanks offering? Like seriously, I never heard of this before. Never. Peace offering, thanks offering. So basically, these are two little different things. I don't know what is a thanks offering. We gotta go to Google on this one. What is a thanks offering in the Bible? This is Genesis 7. Huh? It's giving me peace offering. That's what it's giving me. That's exactly what it's giving. It's giving me peace offering. So peace offering is literally I think it's in Leviticus 3. Okay, Leviticus it says sacrifice of thanksgiving of his peace offering. Okay. I read that. Okay, here it goes. And the flesh of the sacrifice of his peace offering for thanksgiving shall be eaten the same day that is offered. He shall not leave any of it until morning. But why this one is like peace offerings and thanks offerings? Like there are peace offerings and thanks offerings. Like it's acting like it's like separate. Y'all want me to read the context? I think I shall. Let's read the context. Genesis 7. I think I should start at 3. Trespass. What time to? Okay. Maybe they are different. Oh, we gonna one day we will break this down. We ain't gonna break it down today, but just saying. So this is a peace offering. Does it say anything about Thanksgiving? I see nothing about Thanksgiving. So I think that's like a added bonus. Yeah, I think that's literally like an added bonus. Do you see any bread with that? Bread. I see meat. How about bread? Like grain. I see meat. Because in Leviticus chapter 7, we saw bread. We saw grain. So, okay. So, peace offering, I guess, the meat. And then Thanksgiving offering is like, it's plus bread. So, okay. I think I get it. Do y'all get it? Maybe so. Maybe not. Okay. I don't know where I'm at. Well, okay. And honestly, God tells you, baby. Okay. A thanks offering on the fire which is upon the altar, and the fat which is on the belly, and on the fat on the inwards, and the 2 kidneys, and all the fat that is upon them, and upon the loins and the liver thou shalt remove together with kidneys, and offer all these for a sweet savor acceptable before the Lord, which its meat offering, and with its drink offering, for it's a sweet savor, the bread of the offering upon the Lord. And it says, and eat his meal on that day and on the second day, and let not the sun on the second day go down upon it towards it is eaten, and, and, and let nothing be left over for the third day, for it is not acceptable, for it is not approved, and it is no longer be eaten. And all who eats thereof will bring sin upon themselves. For thus I have found it written in the book of my forefathers. This is Abraham talking, the books of my forefathers. What is these books? And in the words of Enoch and in the words of Noah. Like I said, what is these books? We need to get these books. It says, on all their oblations thou shalt shew salt. They love salt. Let not the salt of the covenant be lacking in all thy oblations before the Lord. And as regards the wood of the sacrifices, beware lest thou bring other wood for the altar, in addition to these cypress, bay, almond, fern, pine, cedar, savin, figs, olives, myrrh, laurel, and egg. And of these kinds of wood lay upon the altar under the sacrifice, such as have been tested as to their appearance, and do not lay thereon any split or dark wood, but hard and clean, without thought, and a sound and new growth, and do not lay thereon old wood, for its fragrance is gone, for there is no longer fragrance in it as before. Like if you like been in the country before, you know what wood smell like fresh wood smells like. And it kind of it's alright. It's not the bad and it's not the worst. And you can tell like fresh wood and old wood like there is like literally no smell. Like like I'm a city girl, but my godmother she lives in the country, and like we had to get wood for the winter, and that thing we had to get wood for the winter. Like right now she literally has a farm. Like she had cows, she has chickens. I don't know about ducks. She probably don't have ducks no more. Yeah. Oh, she has a bull too. I forgot. She used to have a garden. It says, beside these kinds of wood, there is none other that thou shalt place on the altar, for the fragrance is dispersed, and the smell of its fragrance goes not up to heaven. Observe these commandments and do it, my son, that thou mayest be upright in all thy deeds. I pray that Jubilees, maybe Jasher, capture Isaac more, because if you read in the Canon Bible or in the Torah itself, Isaac is not really like he's mentioned, but we don't see his whole life like Abraham and Jacob. Like it's getting me boring for real. Like just saying. And at all times be clean in thy body. And wash thyself with water before thou approaches to offer on the altar, and wash thy hands and feet before thou draw near to the altar. And when thou art done sacrificing, wash again thy hands and feet. Let no blood appear upon you, nor upon your clothes. Be on thy guard, my son, against blood. Be on thy guard exceedingly, cover it with dust, and do not eat any blood, for it is the soul. Eat no blood whatever, and take no gifts for the blood of men, lest it be shed with impunity without judgment. For it is the blood that is shed that caused the earth to sin. For it is the blood that is shed that caused the earth to sin. And the earth cannot be cleansed from the blood of man, save by the blood of him who sheds it. And it says, and take no present or gift for the blood of men, blood for blood, that thou mayest be accepted before the Lord the Most High God. For he is the defense of the good, and that thou mayest be preserved from all evil, and that he may save thee from every kind of death. I see, my son, that all the works of the children of men are sin and wickedness. And says, and all their deeds are uncleanness and abominations and pollution, and there is no righteousness with them. Beware lest thou shouldest walk in their ways and tread in their path, and sin upon death before the Most High God. Else he will hide his face from thee, and give thee back into the hands of thy transgressions, and root thee out of the land, and thou seed likewise from under the heaven. And thy name and thy seed shall perish from the whole earth. Turn away from all their deeds and all their uncleanness, and observe the ordinance of the Most High God, and do his will, and be upright in all things. He is talking to Isaac. Just go back. It says that he will bless thee in all thy deeds, and he will raise up from thee a plant of righteousness throughout the earth and throughout all generations. And my name and thy name shall not be forgotten under the heaven forever. Go, my son, in peace. May the Most High God, my God and thy God, strengthen thee to do his will. And may he bless all thy seed and the residue of thy seed for the generations forever with all righteousness blessing, that thou mayest be a blessing on all the earth. And he went out from him rejoicing. You gonna say, what are you smiling about? I'm thinking about Paul right now. And it came to pass in the first week in the 44th Jubilee in the second year that this is the year in which Abraham died, that Isaac and Ishmael came from the well of the oath to celebrate the Feast of Weeks. If you don't know what the Feast of Weeks, make sure you check out Leviticus 11. It says that is the feast of the first fruit of the harvest to Abraham, their father, and Abraham rejoiced because his two sons had came. For Isaac had made possessions in Bathsheba, and Isaac was wont to go and see his possession and return to his father. In those days Ishmael came to see his father, and they both came together. Isaac offered a sacrifice for a burnt offering and presented it on the altar of his father, which he had made in Hebron. And he offered a thanks offering. Check. Just go back and you understand thanks offering. I had to understand that as myself. And it says, it made a feast of joy before Ishmael his brother. And Rebekah made new cakes from the new grain, and gave them to Jacob her son, to take them to Abraham his father from the first fruit of the land, that he might eat and bless the creator of all things before he died. It says, and Isaac too sent by the hand of Jacob to Abraham a blessed thanks offering, that he might eat and drink. And he eat and drank and blessed the Most High God, who has created heaven and earth, who has made all the fat things of the earth and give them to the children of men, and that he might eat and bless he might eat and drink and bless the Creator. It says, and now I have give thanks unto thee, my God, because thou hast caused me to see this day. Behold, I am 160 years, an old man and full of days, and all my days have been unto me peace. And the sword of the adversary hath not overcome me in all that thou hast given me and my children all the days of my life until this day. My God, may thy mercy and thy peace be upon thy servant and upon the seed of his souls, that they may be to thee a chosen nation and an inheritance from amongst all the nations of the earth, from henceforth unto all the days of generation of earth, unto all the ages. And he called Jacob and said, my son Jacob, may God of all bless thee and strengthen thee to do righteousness and his will before him. And may he choose thee and thy seed, that ye may become a people for his inheritance according to his will always. Now, I posted on my last live, I said this is why Jacob is blessed, is because of Abraham. It says, and do thou, my son Jacob, draw near and kiss me. And he drew near and kissed him and said, blessed be my son Jacob, and all the sons of God Most High, and unto all the ages. May God give thee a seed of righteousness, and some of thy sons may he sanctify in the midst of the whole earth. May the nations serve thee, and all the nations bow themselves before thy seed. Be strong in the presence of men, and exercise authority over all the seed of Seth. Then thy ways and the ways of thy sons will be justified, so that they shall become a holy nation. May the Most High God give thee all the blessing wherewith he has blessed me. I look like I got long hair. It says, and wherewith he blessed Noah and Adam. May they rest on the sacred heads of thy seed from generation to generation forever. May he cleanse thee from all unrighteousness and impurity, that they may be forgiven all the transgression which thou hast committed ignorantly. And may he strengthen thee and bless thee, and may thou inherit the whole earth. And may he renew his covenant with thee. Renew his covenant with thee. It said that thou mayest be to him a nation for his inheritance for all the ages. It said that he may be to thee and to thy seed a God in truth and in righteousness throughout all the days of the earth. And do thou, my son Jacob, remember my words and observe the commandments of Abraham thy father. Separate thyself from the nation and eat not with them. Ooh. Separate thyself from the nation, eat not with them. So we are called to be sanctified. And do not according to their work, and become not their associate. It said, for their works are unclean, and all their ways are pollution and abomination and uncleanness. They offer their sacrifice to the dead. So is this talking about the ancestor, like the New Age ancestors that we black people talk about? And they worship evil spirits. Now, if you read, was it Enoch? If you read the book of Enoch, evil spirits are the demons, and those are the souls of the Nephilim. And it says, and they eat over, I think we went over that in the beginning of the live. Like, I think on that longest live I did, I think that was that 2-hour live I did. That's when we went over that. I'm not going over it again. And it said, they eat over the graves, and all their works are vain and nothing. They have no heart to understand, and their eyes do not see what their works are. And how they err in saying to a piece of wood, thou art my God. Man, don't that sound like Christianity and the cross thing? And to a stone, thou art my Lord, and thou art my deliverer. What if this stone is like Islam, like Muslim, like that big stone, that big black stone that's cute? What is that? And they have no heart. And as for thee, my son Jacob, may the Most High God help thee. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. And the God of the heavens bless thee, and remove thee from their uncleanness and from all their error. Be thou wary, my son Jacob, of taking a wife. Be thou ware, my son Jacob, of taking a wife from thy seed of the daughters of Canaan, for all his seed is to be rooted out of the earth. For aught to the transgression of Ham, Canaan err, and all his seed shall be destroyed from off the earth, from all the residue thereof, and none springing from him shall be saved on the day of judgment. Woo! And as for all the worshippers of idols and the profane, there should be no hope for them in the land of living, and there should be no remembrance of them on the earth, for they shall descend into Sheol, into the place of condemnation shall he go. And as the children of Sodom were taken away from the earth, so will all those who worship idols be taken away. Fear not, my son Jacob, and not be dismayed, O my son Abraham. May the Most High God preserve thee from destruction, and from all the paths of error may he deliver thee. It says, this house have I built for myself, that I might put my name upon it. in the earth. It is given to thee and to thy seed forever, and it will be named. It will be named the house of Abraham. It is given to thee and to thy seed forever. For thou wilt build my house and establish my name before God forever. Thy seed and thy name will stand throughout all generations of the earth. It says, and he ceased commanding him and blessing him. And the two lie together on one bed, and Jacob slept in the bosom of Abraham his father's father. And he kissed him 7 times in his affection. And his heart rejoiced over him. And he blessed him with all his heart and said, the Most High God, the God of all, and the Creator of all, who brought me forth from Ur of the Chaldees, that he might give me this land to inherit it forever, and that I might establish a holy seed. Blessed be the Most High forever. And he blessed Jacob and said, my son, over whom with all my heart and my affection I have rejoiced, may thy grace and thy mercy be lifted up upon him and upon his seed always. And do not forsake him, nor set him at naught from henceforth unto the days of eternity. And may thy eyes be opened upon him, upon his seed, that thou might preserve him and bless him, and may sanctify him as a nation for thy inheritance. And bless him with all thy blessing from henceforth unto all the days of eternity. And renew thy covenant and thy grace with him and with his seed according to all thy good pleasure with all the generations of the earth. 23, this is the last chapter. This is the last chapter. Let's see. If it's not short, I'm going to be shocked. Okay, it's short. It really is. It really is short. Told you guys. It says, and he placed 2 fingers of Jacob on his eyes. And he placed 2 fingers of Jacob on his eyes, and he blessed the God of gods, and he covered his face, and stretched out his feet, and slept the sleep of eternity, and was gathered to his fathers. And it says, notwithstanding all this, Jacob was lying in his bosom, and he knew not that Abraham, his father's father, was dead. And Jacob awoke from his sleep, and behold, Abraham was cold in his eyes, and he said, Father, Father. But there was none that spake, and he knew that he was dead. And he arose from his bosom and ran to Rebekah his mother. And Rebekah went to Isaac in the night and told him. And they went together, and Jacob with him. Where's Esau? And a lamp was in his hand. And when they have gone in, they found Abraham lying dead. And Isaac fell on the face of his father and wept and kissed him. And the voices were heard in the house of Abraham. And Ishmael his son arose and went to Abraham his father and wept over Abraham his father, and he and all the house of Abraham, and they wept with great weeping. And his sons Isaac and Ishmael buried him in the double cave near Sarah his wife, and they wept for him 40 days, all the men of his house, Isaac and Ishmael. Dang, that dropped. Isaac and Ishmael and all their sons, and all the sons of Keturah in their places, and the days of the weeping for Abraham were ended. And he lived 3 jubilees and 4 weeks of years, 175 years completed, the days of his life being old and full of days. For the days of the forefathers of their life were 19 jubilees, and after the flood they began to grow less than 19 jubilees, to decrease in jubilees, and to grow old quickly, and to be full of their days by reason of manifold tribulation and the wickedness of their ways, with the exception of Abraham. Abraham was perfect in all his deeds with the Lord, and well pleasing in righteousness all the days of his life. And behold, he did not complete 4 jubilees in his life, when he had grown old by reason of wickedness, and was full of his days. And it says, in all the generations which shall arise from this time until the day of the great judgment shall grow old quickly, before they complete 2 jubilees. Ain't 2 jubilees like 70 years? Yeah, before it said, let me read that again. And all the generation which shall arise from this time until the day of the great judgment shall grow old quickly, before they complete 2 jubilees, and their knowledge shall forsake them by reason of their old age, when all their knowledge shall vanish away. In those days, if a man live a jubilee in a half a year, they shall say regarding him, he has lived long, and the greater part of his days are pain, sorrow, tribulation, and there was no peace. For calamity follows calamity, and wound on wound, and tribulation on tribulation, evil tidings on evil tidings, and illness on illness, and all judgments such as these, one with another, illness and overthrow, and snow and frost and ice, and fever and chills, and terror and famine and death, and sword and captivity, and all kinds of calamity and pains. And all these shall come on an evil generation which transgress on the earth. Their works are uncleanness, fornication, and pollution, and abomination. Then they shall say, the days of the forefathers were many, even unto 1,000 years, and were good. But behold, the days of their life, if a man had lived many, are threescore is 60 years, and 10, so that's 70. And if he is strong, 4 score years, that could be 80, I don't know. 4 score years, and those evil, and there is no peace in the days of this evil generation. And in that generation the sons shall convict their fathers and their elders of sin and unrighteousness, and of the words of their mouth, and the great wickedness which they perpetrated, and concerning their forsaking the covenant which the Lord made between them and them and him. And says that they should observe all his commandments and his ordinances and all his laws, without departing either from the right hand or to the left. It says, for all have done evil, and every mouth speaks iniquity, and all their works are uncleanness and an abomination, and all their works are pollution, uncleanness, and destruction. Behold, the earth shall be destroyed on account of all their works, and there shall be no seed of vines, no oil, for their works are altogether faithless, and they shall all perish together, beasts and cattle and birds, and all the fish of the sea, on account of the children of men. They shall strive one with another, the young with old, and the old with the young, the poor with the rich, and the lowly with the great, and the beggar with the peace, on account of the law and the covenant. For they have forgotten commandments, and covenants, and feasts, and months, and Sabbath, and jubilees, and all the commandments. And they shall stand with bows and swords, and to war, to turn them back into the way. But they shall not return until much blood have been shed on the earth, one by another. And those who have escaped shall not return from wickedness to the ways of righteousness, but they shall all exalt themselves to deceit and wealth, that they may each take all that is his neighbor's, and they shall name the great name, but not in truth and not in righteousness. Hold up. Who do 21 remind you of? Let's read that again. And those who have escaped should not return from the wickedness to the ways of righteousness. But they, okay, let me read it again, because I think something's not making sense to me. And those who have escaped shall not return from their wickedness to the ways of righteousness. but they shall all exalt themselves to deceit and wealth. Does this sound like the Christian church or kind of the Israelites? Because I'm gonna be honest, first I was thinking it kind of sounded like the Israelites, but to be honest, it kind of sounds like the Christian church. That they may each take all that his neighbors, this is definitely the Christian church, and they shall name the great name, okay, but not in truth and not in righteousness. And they shall defy the holiest holy with their uncleanness and the corruption of their pollution. Is this the Jewish people? I don't know. It says this could be the Jewish people now. And a great punishment shall befall the deeds of this generation from the Lord. And he will give them over to the sword and to judgment, to captivity, to plunder and devour. He will wake up. Come on, where's that verse talking about wake up? I'm not talking about Revelations. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's a parable. I think it's in Luke. Okay. The master of the house wake up. Google it. It says, once the master of the house is risen, boom. The master of the house would be the Messiah. This is Yahweh Shai. It said, and has shut the door, and ye begin to stand without, and to knock at the door, saying, Lord, Lord, open unto us. And he shall answer and say unto you, I know you not whence you are. And then ye shall begin to say, we have eaten and drunk in thy presence, and thou hast taught in our streets. But he shall say, I tell you, I know you not whence you are. Depart from me, all ye workers of iniquity. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth, when ye shall see Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and all the prophets in the kingdom of God. In the kingdom of God, this is not heaven. This is the kingdom of God. I'm just going to tell you, what is the kingdom of God? The kingdom of God is Israel. That's exactly what it is. It said, and you yourselves thrust out, and they shall come from the east and from the west and from the north and from the south, and shall sit down in the kingdom of God. And behold, there are last which shall be first, and there are first which shall be last. Now let's go back to Jubilees. And he will wake up against them the sinners of the Gentiles, who have neither mercy nor compassion, and who shall respect the person of none, neither old nor young, nor anyone, for they are wicked and strong to do evil than all the children of men. And they shall use violence against Israel, and against transgression against Jacob. And much blood shall be shed upon the earth, and there shall be none to gather, none to bury. And in those days they shall cry aloud, and call and pray that they might be saved from the hands of the sinners, the Gentiles, but none shall be saved. Ooh. And the heads of the children shall be white with gray hair. And the child of 3 weeks shall appear old like a man of 100 years old. Ooh, the kids gonna be old. Oh God. And their statue shall be destroyed by tribulation and oppression. In those days the children shall begin to study the laws and to seek the commandments, to return to the path of righteousness. And the days shall begin to grow many, increase among those children of men, till their days draw nigh to 1,000 years. Ooh, I guess the 400 thing is a lot. And when I say the 400 years, some people say that the 400 years like will be in America 400 years, and then I guess that's when Christ is going to be coming, and yada yada yada, and this and that. Don't believe that. And this is when people don't know history or scripture, and they refer to the 400 years that's in like Exodus, like in Genesis, in the Exodus. But that 400 years is really talking about the Exodus, not America. I don't know where they get that from. It says the days shall begin to draw many, increase among those children of men, till their days draw nigh to 1,000 years, and to a great number of years than before was the number of the days. There is, and this is the title, for there shall be no old man, nor one who is not satisfied with his days, for all shall be as children and youths. It says, in all their days they shall complete and live in peace and enjoy. There shall be no Satan, nor an evil destroyer, for all their days shall be days of blessing and healing. And at that time the Lord will heal his servants, and they shall rise up and see great peace, and drive out their adversaries. And the righteous shall see and be thankful, and rejoice with joy forever and ever, and shall see all their judgment, all their curses on their enemies. This is Deuteronomy 30. We can go there, do a study on that too. Deuteronomy, oh, I think I spelled it. Deuteronomy chapter 30. Ooh, make these long. Okay, gotta read 1 through 7. And it shall come, Deuteronomy chapter 30, it shall come to pass when all these things are come upon thee, and the blessing and the cursing which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whether the Lord thy God have driven thee, and shall return unto the Lord thy God, and shall obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children, with all thy heart and with all thy soul, that then the Lord thy God will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations, whether the Lord thy God have scattered thee. If any of thee have driven out unto the uttermost parts of the heaven, from thence will the Lord thy God gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee. And the Lord thy God will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed, and thou shalt possess it. He will do thy good and multiply thee above thy fathers. And the Lord thy God will circumcise thine heart, and the Lord and in the heart thy seed, to love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, that thou mayest live. I don't think it's charging. This is charging. It's charging slow. It says that may live, and the Lord thy God will put all thy curses upon thine enemies, on them that hate thee, which persecutes thee. Oh, I already read it. Put all thy curses on their enemies. I just want to read that part. It says, their bones shall rest in the earth, and their spirit shall have much joy, and they shall know that it is the Lord who executes judgment, and show mercy to hundreds and to thousands, to all them that love him. What does this sound like? What does this sound like? I'm not reading all of this, but I'm just going to read these two because it goes hand in hand. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate him, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Okay. And do thou, Moses, write down these words, for thus are they written, and they record them on the heavenly tablets for a testimony for the generations forever. Again, I think we got an error here. So that is the ending of this live. I pray you got something out of it. I surely did. Can't believe I read all of that. That was good. That was excellent. How did you like that Bible study today on the Sabbath day? So thank you. Make sure you give me a thumbs up, and I see you back next time.